In this screencast, I will be evaluating Prezi for the 9 UDL guidelines we have learned. Prezi is a nonlinear presentation tool that is free to use. When we click Create a new Prezi, a new screen pops up and we are asked to either choose a template or to start a blank Prezi. These templates offer ways of customizing the display of the information, therefore the template choices align with the representation guideline and with the principle of providing options for perception specifically. Once we choose a template, we arrive at the home page of the presentation where we create frames, add a title, or insert a variety of tools. When you click on each symbol, more ways of customizing the presentation appear. This clarifies the symbols, which aligns with the representation and providing options for language, mathematical expression, and symbols specifically. Similarly, on each frame, explanations can be provided for new vocabulary that is introduced. Since each frame is entirely customizable, there are multiple options for comprehension, another principle under the representation guideline. Teachers can provide ways to activate background knowledge, discuss critical features or relationships, and support transfer and generalization. However, students are unable to manipulate Prezi as it is a presentation tool. With the Insert tool located here, you have the option of adding a variety of instruments to help further learning, such as an image, a link to a video, or the option to highlight text. This provides options for expression and communication under the Action and Expression Guideline. The option to add these other medias to the presentation also helped to recruit interest, a principle under the Engagement Guideline. Since Prezi is a presentation tool, it is very customizable to fit the objectives of any lesson. In fact, the goals can be clearly listed in a frame, which helps provide options for both self-regulation and sustaining effort and persistence, both of which fall under the Engagement Guideline. After informing students of the goals of the lesson, a frame can be devoted to having the students make their own goals for the lesson. However, this will happen on pen and paper and not directly on the Prezi. This provides options for executive function, a principle in the Action and Expression Guideline. If students are clicking through this Prezi on their own, they can change the way they navigate through the frames by using the Edit Path button on the lower left-hand corner. For example, if a student wants to revisit the lesson goals after each frame, they can change the path of the Prezi to reflect this by clicking on the frame they wish to revisit. Oops. This provides options for physical action under the Action and Expression Guideline. One way to incorporate Prezi in a classroom is to create a Prezi to introduce a lesson and give students access to it so they can revisit it on their own as many times as they would like. Prezi can also be used to make an instructional trivia game, and the Prezi can be presented to students, and the students can work in partners to decide on the correct answers. Finally, teachers can have students create Prezi as a form of an assessment where they can present what they learned on a concept or topic.